Hello and welcome to another IELTS speaking practice video with Johnny, and this is class IELTS 37. We will have two ladies joining us very soon, but they are they're trying to rearrange their schedule, so they will join us but later. So Miss Kim Tin, Miss Hoàng Nhung, and Mr. Young, are you ready for your practice? Speaking practice?
Yes.
Hello? Okay,
Yes.
you say something so I know that you're there. Okay, so let's do part 1 of topic number 36. Part 1, 36. It's about the weather. Let's talk about weather now. So Miss Kim Tien, please. I'll turn on my microphone so I can hear you well because your voice is like very, very, very tiny. Yeah. Now, let's talk about weather. So Miss Tien, please, what kind of weather do you like the most? Or do you like most?
I think I like sunny the most.
I like sunny weather the most. So I like sunny weather the most.
Weather the most. The sunny in the early morning make me feel warm and powerful to start a hard-working day.
No, try to speak clearly, please. I asked this many times already. Please try to speak clearly. Try again. So the sun in the morning, it makes me feel
Powerful.
don't understand what you're saying. Tiến ơi, Tiến nói chậm lại, nói chậm, chú ý từng từ cho thầy đi, please. Okay, try again. What's the weather like in your hometown? Do you like it?
The weather in my hometown usually
Is usually
is usually sunny because I live in the Central Highlands.
I see, in the Central Highland.
Yes, I quite enjoy it because
Okay. What do you mean by that? What's the last sentence? Cái câu vừa rồi vừa nói gì?
I quite enjoy
I quite enjoy
this weather.
this weather.
Yes, because I think when I was born,
When I was born, because where I was born.
Yes. So I feel that it has no problem with the sunny, and
No problem with the
with the sunny.
with the sunny weather. Không nên nói sunny một mình nha.
Yes.
Just try to say sunny weather. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so Miss Nhung, please. So what's the weather do you like most? What kind of weather do you like most?
To be honest, I like cloudy weather most
Me too.
because it can improve my emotion. It's not really angry like in a sunny day because
On sunny day.
Sunday is really on sunny day because on sunny day it's really hot and angry to do anything.
It's really hot and hard to do anything, isn't it?
Yeah,
Of course. How about rainy weather? Do you like rainy weather? When it rains, yeah? Do you like it when it rains?
No, I don't like when it rains. Because when it's rain, it makes wet. It's really wet. And when I go outside, I need to wear raincoat. Wear raincoat. Yeah, and I ride a motorbike, so I need to ride very carefully because it's easy to get an accident.
I see. Right, so Mr. Young, how about you? What's the weather like in your hometown? And do you like it?
Well, actually, weather in my hometown is really strange and
What do you mean
unpredictable.
strange?
It's like unpredictable. Day,
Unpredictable.
like in the morning, it's going to be really hot,
It can
but
be in the morning, it can be very hot.
it can be very hot. You can actually burn a chicken outside. And in the night, it's
At
really
night, at
cold.
night.
At night, it's really cold. Maybe it's if it's summer, it's hot until night too.
It's hot from 9 o'clock in the morning all the way until 9 o'clock at night.
Yes.
It's summer anyway. Well, summer is coming. You see, this is the end of March already, and then summer is just like 1 or 2 months away from us. It's going to be extremely hot. Oh,
I hate summer.
you don't like sunny weather? Oh, I don't like sunny weather either. It's too hot, too much for me. It's just too much. Alright, so Miss Kim Tin, please. So, do you prefer dry or wet weather?
Prefer dry weather more because we
Nó lớn lên
don't
tiếng Anh, nó lớn lên. Louder, please. Louder and clearer. I want you to speak louder and clearer. Do you prefer dry or wet weather, Miss Tin?
yes, prefer dry weather the more because in dry weather I think my health will feel better and I can
My health. My health. My health is better and
I will more active to
I will be more active because nó là tính từ, it's an adjective. So I will be more active.
do more
I will
active
be
to,
more active.
to do my work.
Mhm.
But in wet weather, I feel quite annoyed and feel
Wait, you say I feel quite annoyed hay là annoying? What did you say? Annoyed or annoying?
annoyed.
Annoyed. Very good. I feel quite annoyed and
And feel like it's around is dusty and I don't want to go out.
it's not just dusty. The ground is very muddy. Nó như bùn vậy đó. So basically mud, the word mud, the word mud là bùn đất. So we have the adjective muddy, đầy bùn, đầy bùn đất. So muddy means like the ground is extremely dirty and full of mud. Rất dơ và đầy bùn đất. Well, isn't it true? Say again?
No, nothing. The internet connection.
Alright. So,
Sorry.
Miss Nyung, please. So, do you prefer dry or wet weather?
I prefer dry weather because it's easily to do anything I like.
It's easier
Like
to do
go
everything I
outside.
like. Let me see.
Have a picnic. Yeah, you look like go outside, have a picnic, or have a holiday trip, vacation. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And in the wet, yeah.
And? Oh, I see. Now, so what do you usually do when it rains then, Miss Nyung? Besides from staying inside, what do you usually do when it rains?
When it rains, I really like to have a hot bath with my family.
Hot pot
my friends.
is a meal, isn't it? A hot pot.
Hot pot. Yeah. Because
Of course, hot pot's excellent to have together with friends and family. And especially when it's cold
Yeah,
or rainy.
because when when it rains, so it's cold, and when you eat hot pot, it makes your it makes your body warmer.
Warmer, and you feel more active, isn't it?
Yeah, and if I don't have a hot pot, I will sleep because I really like to listen the raindrops falling on the roofs of my
Of
house.
course, the raindrops falling on the rooftop. It's excellent, isn't it? Raindrops falling on the rooftop. Những hạt mưa bay rơi trên mái hiên. Oh my god, that's so romantic. So romantic. Now, so Mr. Yoon, how about you? What do you usually do when it rains?
I'm usually watching films
I
online.
usually watch films online or sleep when it rains.
And yeah, or maybe I'm doing my homework, drinking teas, even at night. I'm still like it. And
Nice to like it. Of course, when it rains at night, it's excellent for sleeping.
yeah, but I'm not really sleeping at night at all.
What do you mean you don't sleep at night?
I'm doing my homework.
Oh, but actually, the rain is a good background noise, you know.
Yeah.
The rain is a good background noise because you can stay focused on what you're doing. It's the rain create a sound that is considered as our. Is it? I think it's alpha. Is it alpha wave? Isn't it? Sóng alpha.
Yeah.
It's alpha wave, and it helps your brain to stay focused on what it does. Giúp não bộ tập trung vào những việc đang làm. Or it can also help you sleep better too. So, Mr. Young, besides from sleeping and studying when it rains, what do you usually do?
I'm playing games.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I'm usually staying my blanket, my double blanket, because I have one is from sheep first, one is cotton. So I'm usually wearing.
What do you usually do?
Đắp nó lên là sao? Kiểu đắp chăn.
I usually blanket myself. Động từ to blanket. So basically, you can to blanket myself. Đắp chăn lên. I usually blanket myself with it.
I usually blanket myself with that two blanket and playing games in it because it's warm.
Of course, it's warm, it's cozy, you want it. Okay,
But,
so
I have to avoid it a lot because my father don't really thinks that I need to do it every day.
I see. So, Miss Young, please, what do you usually do? What do you often do when it's sunny?
When it's sunny,
You said you don't like sunny weather, but
yeah.
what do you usually do when it's sunny?
When
How
it's
often
sunny,
do you-
I often I don't know why, because it's sunny. It's when I go outside, my skin wanna red.
Of course,
so
become
maybe I
red,
don't
become
know.
darker, and you feel like blister, and you feel the blister, you feel the pain.
Yeah, and maybe I'm spend more time at home. And if I have some special occasion, I'll go outside with my friends.
And it makes you darker. I don't like it so.
Yeah.
I don't like it either, but basically we need the sun to survive, you know that, right?
Yeah.
We need the sun to provide the energy for the plants and for everyone to stay alive. But too much of it is not great. So, Miss Kim Tin, please, what do you usually do when it rains?
These days, I like to sit in my room, put on some instrumental music, and read a book.
Read books. Are you sure you just read only one book? You read books, okay?
Yes.
Đọc nhiều cuốn sách chứ. And read books. I see. That's excellent when it rains, yes. Besides from reading books, what else do you do when it rains?
I do some snack or just sleeping.
Or just sleeping, I see. Alright, so how about when it's sunny? What do you often do when it's sunny?
Sunny days, I like to have a picnic with my friends.
Picnic. I have to have a a picnic. I like to have a picnic with my friends.
Finding a cool place and have some snack and talk together is a happy moment.
It's a happy moment, I see. Okay. So, I see, okay. Alright, let's move on to 35 now. Let's talk about apps. You know apps on the phone, right? Apps. This is apps on the phone. So, Miss Tin, what apps have you recently used?
In COVID-19 times, the app I use the most
is the app I use the most is
Google Meet.
Google Meet.
Yes, I use it to have online lessons,
Online lessons,
lesson,
or to
do homework with my friends.
Or to do homework with my friends, I see. Okay. So Miss Nyung, what apps have you recently used?
I have utilized the dictionary apps because it helped me to know more a new word from English or not English. Is always Chinese, yeah, something like that. It helped me improve my knowledge.
It helps me improve my knowledge. I see. I see that you guys. I see that you all are hardworking students, and I'm glad to be teaching you. Now, so Mr. Yoon, what type of apps have you recently used? Yes.
Well, I'm usually use what can I say? I have a lot of apps.
Look at my cat, my second cat.
Man, it's beautiful.
Oh, this is my second cat. Yeah. Okay, so continue please. So what kind of app have you recently used?
So I have a lot of kinds of apps, and I'm usually use YouTube's because I'm usually go there to watch my videos or listen to music while I'm studying. Or sometimes I'm watching news on it.
Netflix.
Just new, not Netflix. I recently used Netflix.
Do not run on the table. You see, I'm very strict with my pets. Even though I love them, but I'm still very strict with my pets. Do not get on the table. Do not get on my piano, okay? Alright, anyway. Continue please, Mr. Yu. You talk about Netflix. I know, you talk about YouTube and other apps.
Yeah, that's all. I usually use more.
Okay, so what type of app are you usually interested in? What type of app are you usually interested in?
And usually I'm playing games.
Okay.
So I'm usually playing games. So
you mean games on game apps on the phone? You mean?
Yes. Yeah, that's all. I cannot think more.
I see. Alright, so do you think apps are useful, Miss Tian? Apps on the phone, this one. Do you think apps are useful?
Yes, they are very useful. There are many kinds of that used for
Different purposes, right?
yes, different purposes.
Purposes. Different purposes.
Purposes. For example, we can use YouTube for
YouTube. YouTube.
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yes, YouTube for entertainment.
Or for education, of course. giáo dục chứ.
Yes.
Of course, because you're watching, a lot of viewers are watching this video, it's speaking on YouTube. So it's for educational purpose as well. Educational purpose as well. Okay, what else then? Còn gì không nhỉ? So Miss Tiến, what do you usually use apps for? Like for what purpose do you use apps?
I usually use app for my education purposes because I learn online and sometimes I use for example dictionary to when I do homework. So I think I use it for my education the most.
For education purpose, I see. So very good, Miss Nhung, please. So what kinds of apps would you like to use in the future? In the future, okay? So let's say in the future, what do you think are needed? Like maybe there would be apps for delivery, for buying things, and maybe there are apps to get things you want. Like for example, a friend of yours wants to send you something and there's an app for it. You can just ask the app and then the robot will come into your house and pick it up and then deliver to your friend's door with a very cheap price, for example. Because you know shippers, they are expensive.
Yeah.
It's getting more expensive now. And so maybe robots could be an alternative. So maybe we'll have an app for that. So robots, or what's it called? Drones, you know. Drones, they can deliver our things for a much cheaper price, for example. So, Miss Nhung, what kinds of apps would you like to use in the future?
I don't know too much about apps, but maybe what about it? Social media apps?
Social media apps, yeah?
Yeah, it's like call random people all over the world.
Why would you call random people over around the world?
Whoa.
Why would you do that?
Just
it's like spamming, you know? Why would you do that?
no, you don't need to believe in it.
You don't need to believe in it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like you can share your bad things with them, yeah, something like that, or can practice your speaking skill. Yeah.
Well, nothing good comes for free or cheap, you know?
Yeah,
Remember that, nothing good comes for free or cheap in life.
yeah, I know, but you don't need to really believe in it.
Well, there are apps to find like speaking partner, yes. Apps for studying as well. Like you can find study partner and you can study together with them.
Yeah, but
Maybe that's a good idea, I think. Of course, we have a lot of apps for food delivery these days and travel. What else should we have? Maybe there should be an app so that artists can perform there, so people can just watch them live, you know. Not record it. Maybe artists can just perform on the apps and then, you know, people can watch them. There should be an app like that. I think there are some apps like that. But it's just not very popular. Maybe there should be apps to find like psychologists or professional people to talk to, you know, because these days there are a lot of depressed and bored people, you know, they need people to talk to.
Yeah.
Not dating. No, it's not dating. Not dating apps. It's just like finding people to talk to.
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Yu, what do you think? What kinds of apps would you like to use in the future?
How can I say? It's quite hard, but I'm usually quite an game apps that I'm usually quite in game apps because nowadays there's a lot of games, but not really all up like I'm just use I'm just usually how can I say? I just
Yes,
usually
I just
play it,
usually, yes.
but not always. And I think new game going to be make me more relaxed, and
More
it's
relaxed,
maybe
yes.
maybe games relax, and it's maybe sometimes
Maybe.
interesting for me when I was bored.
So whenever I work, I say more interesting. I see. Okay, so tell me. Okay, that's all about apps, I guess. So let's move on to part 2, shall we? Part 2 and part 3. Let's do part 2 and part 3, topic number 61. Okay, describe a quiet place. This is something that we do now. Miêu tả một cái nơi yên lặng, quiet, not quiet, okay? Quiet. Describe a quiet place. Miêu tả một nơi yên tĩnh. You should say where it is, nơi nào vậy. When you go there, bạn đi tới đó, khi nào. What do you do there? Bạn làm gì ở đó? And explain why it is a quiet place and why you like it. Giải thích tại sao nó là một nơi yên tĩnh và tại sao bạn lại thích nó. And you have part 3 here. Do you think that quietness is good for people? Why or why not? Bạn có nghĩ rằng sự yên tĩnh thì tốt cho con người ta không? Tại sao không? Think about whether people need quiet time to think clearly, to be creative. You know, quietness is extremely important for artists, you know. Đối với những người mà làm nghệ thuật, cái sự quietness nó quan trọng lắm luôn nha các bạn. Because there are less distraction, nó có ít hơn cái sự distraction. There are less distractions, ít sự sao nhãng. And they can focus on their thoughts and creative process. Họ phải tập trung vào những cái suy nghĩ của họ và cái quá trình mà sáng tạo, the creative process. Well, think about patients in a hospital. Of course, you cannot make too much noise, isn't it? Không nên gọi là làm phiền, làm ồn, làm phiền đến những người bệnh nhân như hạn, something like that. Well, who else then? There's some other people who need quietness, I think. For example, online teachings, online classes. Of course, you need quietness so that people can focus on the class, right? Focus on the lesson. But try to make it sound more academic, okay? Ráng làm sao cho nó nghe có vẻ trịnh trọng hơn. Okay, but you can also say what would happen on the other hand. Có thể lật ngược vấn đề lại. Like for example, do you think quietness can be bad for people too? Có quá là yên tĩnh có tệ với con người không? Well, sometimes quietness can make people bored, có thể làm cho con người ta bị chán. Well, it helps creativity, yes. Nó giúp cái quá trình sáng tạo, yes. But sometimes people can be very bored and boredom is not good. Cái sự nhàm chán, cái sự không tốt đâu. Boredom is not that good. Okay. Do you think that everybody needs some time by themselves and in a quiet place? Why or why not? bạn có nghĩ rằng mọi người cần một khoảng thời gian bởi bản thân họ, tức là một khoảng thời gian mà ở mình á, và ở một cái nơi mà yên tĩnh không? Tại sao không? Well, think about the fact that people need time to recharge themselves. Giống như là sạc lại bản thân vậy đó. Refresh bản thân vậy đó. Recharge themselves. Or refresh themselves. After you meet people, of course, your energy is drained out. Sau khi gặp con người ta thì là cái năng lượng của mình nó bị cạn kiệt, bị drain out. Your energy is drained out after you meet people, so you need some time to recharge, to get it back. Đó là người hướng nội nha. To introverts. For extroverts, even though they need people to talk to, and they need like noisy places, but still they do need some time by themselves to recharge, because nobody can be 100% extrovert. Chẳng có ai 100% là người hướng ngoại đó. So we have the word introverts or extroverts. Do you think cities should be more quiet? Why or why not? Bạn có nghĩ những thành phố nên là yên tĩnh hơn không? Tại sao không? Well, think about our city now. Of course, there's so many bikes, cars, motorbikes, and construction noises. Construction noises, những tiếng ồn xây dựng. And the noise of vehicles traveling on the street. Okay, you think about this question. Do you think city should be more quiet? Why or why not? Okay, you have 2 minutes to think about topic number 61. 2 phút suy nghĩ bắt đầu. Okay, let's do it. Now, so Miss Kim Tian, please, can you describe a quiet place?
Yes, the first place that comes to my mind is the university library. I seem go to there every day. When I don't have the lesson, I go to the library to find some book, find material for my study lesson, or simply sit and study by myself.
Yes.
Yes, everyone there keeps quiet very well. That atmosphere gives me lots motivation to study, and every time I go there, my study
Will be more
effectively than when I study.
will be more effective or efficient. Which one? Effective or efficient?
Effective.
Effective means you can get what you aim for. Efficient means that you can work more for less. You can basically have more for less work. Efficient là hiệu quả, tức là em theo kiểu phần trăm á, tức là em dành ít sức hơn mà em vẫn học được nhiều hơn chẳng hạn. Còn effective là có làm được việc hay không. Remember that. So which one? Effective or efficient? Efficient is basically percentage. And effective means like, can you do it or not do it? Yes or no? Alright. Which one do you choose?
Will more efficient than when I study at home.
Yes. Right, is that all? Part 2 nha. Okay, try again. Describe a quiet place.
The first place that comes to my mind is the university library. When I don't have the lesson, I usually go there to find some books, find material for my studying. Simply sit and study myself. Yes. Everyone everyone keeps file very well. So the atmosphere gives me
The atmosphere.
atmosphere gives me lots motivation to study. Sometimes my friend and I go to library to do teamwork or to exercise together. It's a good place for us to share about study and have other to have a better result. So
To have a better what? To have a better what?
a better result.
I still better research. You mean? Okay. Okay, good. Now, Mr. Yu, are you back now?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. Describe a quiet place, can you?
So, say about quiet place, I'm usually like library because it keeps silent, it keeps quiet for everyone to reading their books and focus on what they do in there. So I have been there for 1 year more, and it's actually really quiet. Uh, right there, buy coffee and sit on the table, reading books, doing my homework right there.
Okay.
And I'm quite like it because it's near my house. I can get away from my fathers and my brothers while they are
You
arguing
can
or
get away
not.
from your family for a while.
Yeah, and and crowded of the restaurant. So I'm going to library.
So it's a quietness away from the restaurant.
Yes.
Okay, good. Miss Nyung, please, your turn. Describe a quiet place, can you?
About a quiet place, I really like my mom garden.
My mother's.
My mother.
I really like my mother's place. Is that what you say?
My mom garden.
My mother's garden.
Yeah, like mother garden. My is in my peaceful hometown when I little
Peaceful. Is in my
girl.
peaceful hometown when I
A little girl,
when
I
I was a
usually
little girl. Yes.
help my mom to
My mom.
my
I helped my
mother
mother to
my mother water water the tree.
the plants.
Yeah, the plant.
To
Sweet
water the plants.
be be grow some things I like such as flower. Yeah, uh, salad. Yeah, some healthy vegetable.
Healthy vegetables and
Yeah, something like that. And because of the garden in the middle of paddock field, so it's really quiet. And I really like it because most of the times I just hear the sound of windy, wind flowing road, the rice leaves,
wait. The wind what?
flowing thoughts, the rice.
Flowing. No, I think blowing. It's blowing. The wind blowing. The wind blowing through the leaves.
Yeah,
Ngọn
yeah.
gió
The leaf.
thổi xông qua những cái tán lá. The wind blowing through the leaves.
The roots, the leaves.
Mhm.
And I can enjoy the nature there.
The nature, are you sure? The nature?
The nature.
No, nature không đếm được nha. Nature is uncountable. So you cannot say the nature. You have to say enjoy nature. Tự nhiên không đếm được nha. Không có chiếc thiên nhiên, cái thiên nhiên nha. Không có đại mạo từ đời đằng trước nha. So basically, I can enjoy nature and
can refresh myself.
refresh myself.
Recharge after the hard day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's all for part 2. Let's go to part 3 now. So, Miss Tien, please. Do you think that quietness is good for people? Why or why not?
For me,
Just sit there.
for me, it depends on different moment. For example, when you want to silently concentrate on something, silence is essential.
Essential.
Essential. Essential. But don't be quiet all the time. It will make people passive, unhappy, and even away from the world.
Mhm.
Yes. So quiet every time is not a good idea.
Being quiet all the time is not a good idea. Okay, now, Miss Nhung, please. Do you think that everybody needs some time by themselves and in a quiet place? Why not?
Sometimes by quiet place. It's, I think it's necessary for them.
Necessary. I think it's necessary.
Necessary because maybe they need to focus to do what they like, to do what they need. Yeah, like create a new story, a new book. Yeah. Not understand clearly the sentences. But
Okay.
sometimes by themselves in a quiet place.
Okay, we can't hear you. Your net is really bad. Tại vì cái mạng của bên em á. I can't hear you. Okay, can you try again? Do you think that everybody needs some time by themselves and in a quiet place? Let's try again.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Slowly.
Okay, let's do it slowly.
I think it's really necessary for them.
Necessary.
Necessary.
Necessary is an adjective. Necessary. I think it's really necessary.
They need a quiet space to create a new thing, like a story.
What new thing? To create new items, to create new artistic things. Những thứ mà nghệ thuật, artistic items, artistic ideas. Ideas. And artistic things and ideas.
Idea. Yeah.
So?
Or they need to alone. They have a bad thing and they need to alone to thinking about this story. This.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think about the story. Okay, so what do you think, Mr. Young? Do you think everybody needs some time by themselves and in a quiet place? Why not?
Yeah, like just because that if they need time by themselves, they can think about their future. They can check the past, what they have done, and they have to avoid in the future.
And they have to avoid it in future.
In the quiet place, we can mm, exactly focus on
You can
that
focus
thing.
exactly. You can focus exactly on.
Focus exactly on that thinking, like so, uh, we can think about the future, we can plan what we're going to do in the future, and like what Okay, that's
Yes.
I think that's all.
Okay. All right. So, Miss Kim Tian, do you think cities should be more quiet? Cities should be more quiet. Why or why not?
Don't think so because it's the features of the city. So the noise,
It's a feature, not future.
the
It's a
feature
feature. Y kéo dài nha. Feature. It's a feature of a city.
is a feature of the city. The noisy life will
Noisy,
have
noisy, z, not noisy. It's noisy, z,
noise.
z sound. It's a noisy.
The noisy life will have people realize that they
Realize, well, how people realize that.
will have people realize that they have to work and work more to have a better living standards. So I think the city shouldn't be more quiet. It's not good.
It's not good. It shouldn't be more quiet. I agree too. So it's a feature of a city, and so if the city becomes quiet, it's not a city anymore, isn't it? It's a ghost town. Nó thành thị trấn ma chứ không phải là city nữa. It's a ghost town. Think about during COVID-19 when there is no traffic on the road. The city became extremely quiet, isn't it? And people did not enjoy it, did we? We did not enjoy it, isn't it? We did not enjoy it, didn't we? Did we? We did not enjoy it, did we? No, we didn't. Chứ không phải là yes hay đúng rồi. Try it again. So, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we didn't enjoy the quietness because all the vehicles cannot join the traffic. So our towns become more or less like ghost towns, and we didn't enjoy it, did we?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Okay. Now let's talk about the topic. So 60, 58, 59, 58 are just part 2. Now I want you to try part 2 and part 3. So let's move on to 57. Okay, 57. Describe a thing you refused to lend. Remember, to lend people something. To lend something. Or you can say to lend people something. Là cho người ta cho mượn cái gì đó. Hoặc là cho ai đó mượn cái gì đó. But then to borrow something or to borrow something from someone, it's basically mượn cái gì đó từ ai đó. Remember, to lend means you give it away and you expect it to get it back. And you expect to get it back. Mình mong đợi là sẽ lấy nó lại. Mình cho người ta mượn và mong đợi sẽ lấy nó lại. Còn to borrow means like you actively gain something from people and you must bring it back. Các bạn chủ động mình lấy được cái gì đó, mình nhận được cái gì đó từ người khác nhưng mà mình phải đưa nó lại, trả nó lại. Nó là borrow. Ok. Một cái là mượn, cái cho mượn. Ok. You need to describe a thing you refused to lend. Miêu tả một thứ mà các bạn đã từ chối cho mượn. Past tense, ok? Quá khứ nè. You should say what the thing was. Cái thứ đó là thứ gì vậy? Who wanted to borrow it from you? Ai đã muốn mượn nó từ bạn, từ anh chị? Why he or she wanted to borrow it from you? Tại sao cái người đó lại muốn mượn nó từ các bạn? Explain why you refused him or her. và giải thích tại sao bạn lại từ chối cái người đó. And you have part 3 of borrowing and lending things. Việc cho mượn và việc đi hỏi mượn người khác, thứ này thứ kia. What situations should people lend things to others and why? Trong tình huống nào con người ta nên cho người khác mượn thứ này thứ kia, tại sao? Cho mượn nha. And I can think of another question. What scenario? What situation? What scenario? What situation should people borrow things from others and why? We can have this question as well. Tình huống nào con người ta nên cho người khác mượn đồ? Phải có tình huống nào con người ta nên mượn đồ từ người khác? And then where there should be what situation should people borrow things from others and why? Of course. Tình huống nào con người ta nên mượn đồ từ người khác? Like this is a difficult question actually. Một câu hỏi khó. Well, think about situations when you have to share something with another people, with another person. Có những tình huống mình phải chia sẻ, mình phải cùng sở hữu cái gì đó với người khác chẳng hạn. Mình phải chia sẻ cái gì đó với người khác chẳng hạn thì mình có thể mượn được. Like in some situation when you have to share with others, then you can borrow things from them. Like for example, when you're in a gym, you know, a public gym, phòng gym công cộng ha. Of course, if you want to borrow that weights, you want to borrow a machine from the gym room, then you have to register, of course, and you have to give it back. Nếu các bạn muốn mượn máy trong cái phòng gym chẳng hạn, mình phải đăng ký và mình đương nhiên là phải trả nó lại kịp lúc và đúng cái tình trạng của nó. Well, of course, something can be very expensive, but you need it. But you cannot really buy it by your own because of some reasons. Like, for example, if your house is too small for a gym machine, for example, then you can just borrow it for some time and then you give it back to the gym. Or maybe you want to try a product before you buy it. Có thể các bạn muốn thử một cái sản phẩm nào đó trước khi các bạn mua nó chẳng hạn. Có thể mượn thử sản phẩm đó mình về xài thử. We can borrow that product to try it before you decided to finally buy it, you know. Think about borrowing. What else? Có tình huống nào cần phải mượn đồ nữa nhỉ? Like there are objects that you do not use for do not use often. Like for example, you know, vest, right? You know, like something like a vest, áo vest. Or if you want to borrow vest or wedding dress. Váy cưới, một người cưới có 1-2 lần trong đời thôi chứ nhiều, đâu phải xài mỗi ngày đâu. So basically there are things that you don't use every day, like for example wedding dress. Then you can borrow it from the shop or rent it. Thuê nữa, thật sự là thuê cũng là một dạng mượn thôi, nhưng mà mình trả tiền thôi. Basically renting, it's like borrowing, but then you pay money. So for object that you don't use every day, like for example wedding dress, vest, or thing you don't use every day, then you should borrow it, you know. Instead of having to spend money to buy it and then you don't use it and then it catches dust. Nó bám bụi, không xài nó bám bụi chẳng hạn. Mua một đống tiền không xài nó bám bụi chẳng hạn, thì nó phí tiền lắm. So basically sometimes you can just borrow things. Okay, think about that way. Now, so next question. Why is lending money to others a risky thing to do? Tại sao cái việc mà cho người khác mượn tiền là một điều rất là hiểm nguy để làm? Well, think about the fact that you can lose friends and you can lose all that money too. It happens very, very often in this country. People often borrow money from the other people and they do not give it back. Or they give it back, but just a small part. Or they give just a small part and it takes like years, many years for them to give you back. And then they complain that you are being stingy. Tốn nhiều năm mới nhận được lại tiền mà không được nhận đầy đủ nữa, mà nhiều khi còn bị mang tiếng là stingy, là keo kiệt nữa cơ. Stingy, có nhiều người tính rất kỳ nha. Stingy, keo kiệt, bủn xỉn. Okay, so and of course, sometimes lending money can lead to problems too. Like for example, you might encounter a financial problem after you lend people money. Nếu mà em cho người ta mượn tiền thì có thể là em sẽ gặp vấn đề tài chính ngay sau đó chẳng hạn. Tại vì nhiều khi mình không có đủ tiền cho một cái gì đó đột ngột chẳng hạn. Like you might not have enough money for some emergency. For an emergency. Cho một điều khẩn cấp. Cho một sự khẩn cấp nào đó cần tiền thì không có tiền. For an emergency, you will not have that money. So it's risky, really, unless you lend money for interest. Nếu mà cho mượn tiền có lãi suất phần trăm á, mà lãi suất phần nó cao cao xíu thì hẳn cho mượn thiệt luôn á. For interest, if the interest is if the interest is much, is a lot, then you should. And lending money to others can basically harm the relationship, of course. But of course, if the person is trustworthy and they are in a bad situation, then you should help them. However, always expect to lose that money. Nếu mà cái người ta gặp vấn đề thì các bạn nên giúp họ, nhưng mà phải luôn luôn nghĩ trong đầu là đừng có nghĩ là mình sẽ nhận được tiền, cứ nghĩ là mình sẽ mất luôn khoản đó đi. Then you will not feel like you have to ask them for the money all the time, you know. It's very annoying. Thì không có phải hỏi họ cứ phải trả lại tiền mỗi lần, bực mình lắm. Anyway, should people borrow money to buy expensive things? Why not? Con người ta có nên mượn tiền để mua những thứ mắc tiền hay không? Tại sao không? Okay, and that's all about this topic, I think. I'll give you 2 minutes to think, okay? 2 phút suy nghĩ bắt đầu. Okay, so Mr. Young, please, let's do it. Describe a thing you refuse to lend, please, Mr. Young.
So,
Past tense, be careful. Past tense.
So, there's words.
Yes.
So, there's words or things that usually not really want everyone to use it. It's my eraser.
Oh.
As a part of view of the artist, eraser is really important to me.
It's so important.
Everyone really want to borrow it because pencil, typical items that everyone use it, and they want eraser to relate it. They want so. But they don't usually buy eraser because it's expensive, or maybe they lost them, So everyone use my uh, there's a time that my friends asked me to use it, but I'm refused because I don't
But
really
I
want to
refuse
use any.
because but I
Refuse.
refused because
I refuse because therefore I have been lost about 10 erasers.
because I have lost at least 10 erasers already. Because I had lost. Past perfect, quá khứ hoàn thành nha. Cho đến thời điểm đó trong quá khứ. So basically until that point in the past. So past perfect. Because I had lost 10 erasers already before that point.
So I don't want to land.
So I didn't want to. Quá
So I
khứ,
didn't
đang kể
want
chuyện quá khứ mà. So I didn't want to.
So I didn't want to lend him my eraser.
Okay. Okay, so Miss Tiêm Tiêm, please, can you describe a thing you refused to lend?
I think that I used to refuse to lend in my exercise book. My friend have a train to borrow them when they feel the homework is too difficult or the deadline is coming nearly. I tone them down when I feel like they just feeling, oh, this exercise so hard, but they haven't tried to do it yet.
They haven't tried to do it yet. Yeah.
Yes, I think that if
So I think they're just being lazy, isn't it?
yes, if I lend them, I'm not a good friend. So instead, I will discuss with them, show them how to solve the exercise, and I think it will better because not
It
everyone
will
can
be
take.
better.
It will be better for their study. And I think a good friend is not a friend that will give you all the things you want. So uh, lender exercise book is not a good activity.
It's not a good what?
It's not a good activity.
It's not a good act. Okay. Right. So that's why I refused him or her. Yeah? Is that why you refused? Okay, good. Now, Miss Nyung, your turn, please. Can you describe a thing you refused to lend people?
Yes, it is my motorbike, but not actually mine. It's my mother, and my friends want to borrow it from me. His is my friend, but not really close to me. He wants to borrow it from me because he wants to take his girlfriend out. Maybe
Oh dear.
they went to the party, and at this place, he might be drink on alcohol. So it's really dangerous when drinking it
Of
and
course,
try
and
not.
then being on alcohol and you're borrowing a motorbike from someone else. Oh my god. No. No. No.
No, yeah. And so I disagree with his suggestion that let lend him a motorbike because as far as I know in Vietnam they have a law that
Be
if
careful.
you have
Past
been
tense because I
drinking,
knew that in Vietnam.
yeah, I knew that in Vietnam have the
In
law
Vietnam
that
have là sao? Have là sao?
had
There is, there are. Tồn tại cái gì đó. When
a
there's something exists, you
is
say there is, there are. Because in
is
Vietnam, there isn't or there is.
is have a law.
There is.
There
Have
is
đó.
there is a law that if you have drinking, so
There
don't
is a law that
drive.
there is a law that if you're drinking, you're not allowed to drive.
Yeah. And when you get touched by the police, you will be fined
No, when you got
0.
caught. When you get caught. To get caught.
Touched by the
Caught.
police.
Caught. Nha. To get caught by the police. To get caught by the police.
Will be fined several million. Yeah.
Just a million? Chắc không, có 1 triệu. Just a million, are you sure? Much more than that.
Yeah. So because of this reason, I refuse him.
Okay. Because of this reason, we refuse him. Okay. And so you should. Alright, so let's move on to part 3 of borrowing and lending things. So, Miss Kim Tin, please. So what situations should people lend things to others and why? Những tình huống nào con người ta nên cho người khác mượn đồ? Tại sao?
I think first the people who's asking for borrowing the thing from you should be close to you. Besides, they must be responsible for
responsible.
They must be responsible for taking care of the thing that you lend them. Moreover, you should lend something that not too personal. For example, the clothes.
No, don't let people borrow your phone.
Yes.
Never let people borrow your phone.
Yes, the clothes.
You have to say no, okay? No. Do not let people borrow your phone. No. Không phải là yes, đúng rồi. No. You have to say no, okay? Okay, try again. And do not let people borrow your phone.
Something that too personal, like your phone, your clothes,
Or your boyfriend, girlfriend.
maybe.
Không cho mượn bồ nha. And a wife or husband. Okay, so what do you think, Miss Nhung? What situation should people borrow things from others? Bây giờ là tình huống nào con người ta nên mượn đồ từ người khác? Tại sao?
Borrow things from it look like the book. I borrow a book from the library or from my friends because they have finished this book, so I borrow to read. It's maybe okay, and it's maybe I guess that.
You mean books? Well, when you let people borrow books, well, it's hard to get it back. It's hard to get it back, trust me. But it's not the hardest.
Yeah, another.
Alright, what else then? Okay, Mr. Yoon, please. So what situation should people borrow things from others? Why?
I think this situation is just not really much like lending, like everyone borrow books or can say this academic books or not academic
books, huh?
Yeah, maybe comic books. Sometimes you can lend someone when they want to borrow.
Yes, when they want to borrow.
Được. Cái bất lợi là gì vậy?
Sorry?
Cái bất lợi.
The lighter.
The lighter.
The lighter. Or we say matches. Những cái diêm quẹt.
Oh, the lighter for them to
Well,
smoke.
it's
Yeah.
not really borrowing. Basically, ask them to light the cigarette for you, but you do not actively borrow the lighter, you know.
Oh.
Mình nhờ người ta light the cigarettes. Mình nhờ người ta châm lửa cái điếu thuốc, chứ đâu có phải là mình chủ động cho ta mượn cái bật lửa đâu. And basically lighter, well, it's like eraser. You let people borrow it, you won't get it back.
Sure.
Giống như là mượn gom vậy đó, mượn lighter không có lấy lại được đâu. Mà nếu mà là đòi lại, người ta sẽ nói là cái thằng này keo kiệt bủn xỉn, có một cái lighter cũng đòi lấy lại nữa hả? If you ask them back something small like a lighter, people might be, you know, people in this country, in Vietnam, would be like, oh my god, why are you so stingy? It's just a lighter.
Yeah.
People will be like that. It's terrible, I know. Okay. So, Miss Nhung, please. So, why is lending money to others a risky thing to do?
Yes. It's like when my friends tell me that he need the money, so I give
When
him
we
money.
need the money, you mean? When we need money. Okay, money nói chung đâu có xác định là money nào đâu. So không có the nha. So when you want to talk about money in general, there's no the.
Give him money.
So when my friend said that she need money,
So I give him money, and after a month, I asked
after a
him
month,
about this money he borrowed me, but he said that, oh my God, I didn't borrow you anything.
what? Such a liar.
Yeah. But somebody like that, they said that they not borrow the money.
They
So
said that what? They did not borrow the money.
yeah, and
Oh.
you don't have a paper.
To prove it, isn't it?
Yeah. So you get lose the money. Lose away. Can't
Okay.
get it again.
Okay. You cannot get it again.
Get it back.
You cannot get it back. Well, these people are losers anyway. Những kẻ thua cuộc. These people are losers anyway.
Yeah.
And so, well, it's a small setback for you in terms of money, but they will pay for that because karma, you know, you cannot take things from others that easily. Karma will come back. Anyway, so Miss Kim Tian, what do you think? Should people borrow money to buy expensive things? Why not? Like for example, like borrowing money to buy a house, borrowing money to buy a car, something like that.
I think people shouldn't borrow money to buy expensive things because when you borrow a big amount of money,
A large amount of.
when you lend somebody a large amount of money, if you have a case that you need money immediately,
In case of emergency, trong trường hợp khẩn cấp.
Yes.
In case of an emergency, you wouldn't have the money to spend.
I'm not sure that your friend will give back the money for you,
So risky, just don't do it.
yes. And I think expensive things should be buy when you have
Should be what? Should be what?
should be buy should be bought.
Should be bought.
Yes.
With own money, với tiền của riêng họ. Should be bought with own money. Phải được mua với tiền riêng của họ. With own money. Of course. You know, a lot of people in this country, they like to borrow money to buy expensive things and then they will not give it back to people. Có nhiều người ở trong cái đất nước này mắc cười lắm. Giống như cái văn hóa Việt Nam á, nó có một cái vấn đề đó là vấn đề mượn tiền, vấn đề rất là nghiêm trọng luôn á. Và là mọi người có một cái ý tưởng rất là mù mờ về cái giới hạn của họ, vượt quá giới hạn, họ hay vượt quá giới hạn lắm, thiệt luôn á. Và hay rất là lầy lội, không có chịu tuân theo luật lệ, không có chịu tuân theo cái quy định là đương nhiên mượn tiền phải trả lại ngay, phải trả đúng thời điểm, đúng lượng luôn. Trong khi đó nhiều người chơi rất lầy lội luôn á. Đó là một vấn đề của văn hóa Việt Nam. That's a problem with the Vietnamese culture. People often borrow money and not giving it back, or they just delay it and then they don't even want to give it back, and they just want to buy expensive things to show off. Để làm gì? Mua đồ để mà show off thôi, để mà khoe khoang thôi. That's a problem, you know, with a lot of people in this country. So, look at people who have expensive things. Put down. Well, it can be just money borrowed from other people, you know. Chắc toàn tiền mượn không, chứ thực sự phải tiền của họ đâu. Mấy người mà check-in sang chảnh các thứ, rồi nhìn rất là điệu nghệ này nọ, tiền phải của họ đó. It's not their money, just borrow money. Because if people have the money, they wouldn't living like a lavish lifestyle, like một lối sống xa hoa, trụy lạc như vậy. Người ta có tiền, người ta không sống lối sống xa hoa trụy lạc gì đâu, là người ta hiểu được cái giá trị của đồng tiền nó khó cỡ nào. Because they understand the value of money, they understand how much effort they have to put to earn that money. So they would not live a lavish lifestyle like a lot of people in this country. Alright. Now, let's move on to the next topic. 56, 55 is nothing, 54. Maybe it's a good idea to just do 2 part 2. Okay, let's move to 60. 60 and then 59 then. Okay, 60, it's describe a country or city where you want to go to but you haven't been there. Miêu tả một cái thành phố hoặc là một cái đất nước nơi mà bạn muốn tới nhưng mà bạn ấy chưa bao giờ tới đó cả. You should say where the country or city is. Cái thành phố hoặc là thành phố hoặc là cái thị trấn nằm ở đâu, hoặc là cái đất nước nằm ở đâu. Why you want to go there? Tại sao bạn lại muốn tới đó? Who you want to go with? Bạn muốn tới đó với ai? And explain what you do to achieve your dream. Giải thích là bạn làm gì để đạt được cái ước mơ đó. Alright, you have say a minute to think. Okay, let's try it now. Describe a country or city where you want to go to but you haven't been there. Mr. You first, please.
So the country that I really like until when I was young until now is Japan.
The country that I really like to what?
Until now is Japan.
Okay.
Ironic. So I really like to go there because their culture and their food is really delicious. For the most, and their language is really emotional.
Emotional, you mean?
Yeah, emotional.
You mean full of emotion? Their language is full of emotion, or very emotional, yeah.
And the item is really smart, and the most of it is I can see all the beauty and scenes right there. Like, that I want to see is like Fuji Mountain, not just cherry blossoms.
The cherry blossom is called Sakura, yeah?
Yeah, it's Sakura.
Sakura or cherry blossom.
cherry blossom. And the things I want to buy there, and I really love it. That's I can buy my own figures.
My own what?
Figure.
Figures.
It's like
những cái hình tượng hoặc là những cái tấm hình, isn't it?
yeah,
Figures.
it's like a model figures of the character in my movie.
Okay.
It's beautiful, but expensive too.
Of course. Everything from Japan is expensive, of course. Because Japan is among one of the most expensive country in the world. Nó là một trong những cái đất nước mắc tiền nhất thế giới mà. One of the most expensive country in the world. It's at least 4 times more expensive than Ho Chi Minh City, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Ít nhất 4 lần mắc hơn, 4 lần so với Hồ Chí Minh nha. That's terrible. Anything else?
That's all.
Okay. Now, so Miss Nhung, please. Can you describe a country or city where you want to go to, but you haven't been there?
A lot of country I would like to visit, but the one on the top of my list is definitely Korea.
Korea.
There,
Korea.
yeah, there are various activities that I could do while I'm in Korea. Such as eating Korean street foods like kimchi and kimbap, or going
Kimbap and kimchi.
Bibimbap,
Bibimbap, kimchi.
bibimbap. Yeah,
Well,
something
talking
like
about
that.
that, I think I should order food.
Yeah, and going sightseeing around the Seoul. I want to go there because I want to know more about the cosmetics industry. Industry in Korea, because the skin face in the girl in Korea.
You mean their tone, their skin tone?
Yeah,
The
it's
skin
really beautiful.
tone, the color of the skin, or skin tone, cái sắc da, cái sắc màu da của họ.
Yeah.
The skin tone of the woman in Korea is really good.
Yeah.
Is that what you say?
Make some old people, some girl like me is inspiration. Yes, make all people favorite.
Okay.
Oh,
And how do you achieve your dream?
If I want to go there, so I need to earn more money to go to this place.
It's an expensive country. Let's
Earn
leave
more
it at
money
that. It's an
and
expensive
learn
country.
everyone. So yeah.
Okay. So, Miss Tien, please, can you describe it?
The place that I want to visit
Is the place I want to visit is
Korea.
Oh, Korea again. South Korea or North Korea?
And South Korea.
Of course, South Korea.
South Korea. I'm a person who really like Korean culture and food, but I have just only seen it through the movie. So
Okay.
I want to visit the scenery there, like Busan,
Busan.
Busan,
Busan and
to Iceland.
no, not Iceland, không phải Iceland.
Island.
Jeju Island.
Or the Seoul Tower. Besides, I want to try.
Jeju Island is not that beautiful. Không đẹp gì đâu, thật sự không đẹp bằng mấy đảo Việt Nam đâu thì it's not as beautiful as some island in Vietnam, trust me.
In the movie, it's really beautiful. And
Okay.
besides, I want to try their special food, like tteokbokki or
Tteokbokki.
I have eaten them in Vietnam, but I want to
I
try
have eaten them in
eating them.
Vietnam, but
But I have to try.
but it's a good idea to, nó là một ý tưởng tốt để làm đó. It's a good idea to try them in Korea. Nó là một ý tưởng tốt để thử chúng ở Hàn Quốc. It's a good idea to try them in Korea. Let's try that. Thay vì nó là I want to thì nó kém điểm ban điểm thấp lắm. When you say I want to something, it's just really low in band score. But just say it's a good idea to do something.
I have eaten them in Vietnam, but it's a good idea to try them in Korea.
In Korea.
Yeah, Korea.
Okay.
Moreover, I want to join the concerts of famous K-pop idol. And I want to immerse myself in the fascinating atmosphere of the
And the atmosphere of what?
of their fans.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm a person who loves to travel, so I have tried my best to study. You know, I'm a student of IT. I'm an IT student, so
Were you an IT student?
yes, I'm an IT student. So
Oh,
I think that if I try my best, I will have
best.
my
If I
best.
try my best.
I will have a good
Best.
job.
Esther. My
Yes.
best.
If I try my best, I will have a job with high salary, and when I have enough money, I will go to Korea first.
Okay. Oh well, it's a good thing to try, isn't it? It's good to try, of course, why not? Now let's try 59 and we are done, okay? Describe a place that you don't like. Okay, it's different from 58. Describe a place you hate to visit. Because hate and don't like are different things, you know? Different levels of expression, different levels of emotion. Cái chuyện ghét và cái chuyện không thích nó là những cái mức độ về cảm xúc khác nhau. So, a place you hate to visit, it means that you really don't like it. You hate it so much. But then a place you don't like, I know, it's just very similar, but it's just at different levels. Nó giống nhau nhưng mà nó khác nhau cái mức độ của cái từ vựng thôi. Một cái là ghét, một cái là không thích thôi. Okay, so let's try 59. Describe a place you don't like. Miêu tả một nơi bạn không thích. You should say where this place is. Nơi này nào vậy? Nơi này ở đâu vậy? How often do you go there? Bạn có thường đến đó không? Who do you go there with? Bạn đi đó với ai? And why do you not like it? Và tại sao bạn lại không có thích cái nơi đó? Okay, I'll give you a moment now. Okay, let's do it. I think Nhung is out now. What's wrong? Okay, Miss Kim Tin, please, can you describe a place that you don't like?
One of the places I don't want to go in my school canteen.
Is your what?
My school canteen.
Canteen, you mean?
Yes,
The canteen.
my school canteen. And
I think it's let's better to call it cafeteria or canteen. Let's just call them canteen, the canteen or cafeteria.
yes, one of the places I don't want to go in my school cathedral. At no time,
Cathedral, huh?
at no time, there are too many people here. We have to cross the crowd to get our food. Besides, the seating is also limited. It doesn't have enough for all the students, and it also don't have the air conditioning, so it's really hot. My friend and I seem to go there every day because we have no we have no other choice. We have to try to buy food and eat quickly to make it in time for the afternoon lesson. So I feel quite khó chịu.
Okay, I feel what?
Cái này nó khó chịu này.
No, I'm sorry.
Nó bị khó chịu.
Okay. So you don't like it that much?
Yes, I like. I don't.
You have to say no. So you don't like it so much?
No, I don't like it.
Yes. Okay. Now you have to say no. Okay, Thái Dương, please describe a place you don't like, please.
So the most place I really like is my school male toilet. Use of public toilet is really dirty. My 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 old classmates, they really polite when they step in the toilet, but another class and the younger class, they are not really polite in that way.
Of course, they're never polite. Adolescent, you guys are really not polite people.
Yeah. And I really often go there because I have to wash my hands before I eat, and after I eat, I have to go to the toilet. I cannot
Go to the toilet.
go into the toilet. I cannot keep it all day. It's hard. And my friends go, and it's a time that I've been there and they have a fight in the toilet.
Oh, toilet fight.
It's like a crime, and sometimes it's like full. Ngập lụt là sao? Em quên. Ngập lụt là full.
A flood.
Flood.
It's like a flood. It's like a flood. Kéo dài nha. Flood.
Flood.
It's like a flood.
Flood. So it's like flood. Water everywhere.
Water was flowing everywhere, and
And I stay inside. I just want to go out because I'm.
I didn't want to go out.
I want to go out. I don't need to.
I want to go out. Okay, I wanted to go out. So, are you trying to explain a story in the past? You have to use past tense.
I'm just passive. Just giving an example.
You give an example. I see. So simple present. I see. Hiện tại đơn cũng được. Okay, tại cho ví dụ. Okay.
So I'm really scared at that time. And so that's why I don't really like it, and I have to find another toilet every time. Like
Okay.
find a toilet in the top floor because there's no one
On the top floor, the toilet. On the top floor.
on the top floor. And that place is scary, but I love it.
That's quite scary, but I love it. Okay, good. Okay, let's end the lesson here. Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh á, để mà các bạn sẽ được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.